They never aged, they never died, but no one ever told you how they started. The Lost Boys didn't just happen. They were created by something darker hiding in plain sight. You know, the leather jackets, the motorcycles, the boardwalk. You know David's icy stare. But what you don't know, what the movie never really explained, is how these boys became vampires in the first place. Where did their powers come from? Why didn't they just kill Michael? And who was really pulling the strings? Today we dig into the secret vampire rules, the unseen hierarchy, and the twisted truth of the real head vampire hiding behind a smile. Michael didn't become a full vampire overnight. It started with a bottle. In that iconic scene, Michael drinks from a wine bottle handed to him by David. It wasn't just wine, it was blood, David's blood. That act marked him. But that's not enough to fully turn. The rule: you're one of us now, but you haven't made your first kill. That's what makes it final. Drinking blood makes you half vampire. Only killing someone seals the deal. Until then, you're stuck in limbo, stronger, faster, hungrier, but still human enough to save. This sets up the main hook of the story. Michael is hanging off the edge, literally and figuratively. Let's go deeper. This isn't just some modern-day bite and run. The Lost Boys followed a ritual. Here's how the transformation works in the Lost Boys universe. Step 1. The invitation. You're welcomed in, usually at night. You feel accepted, part of something wild. Step 2. Blood, sharing. You drink the blood of a full vampire. It may be in food, wine, or directly. Step 3. The test. Your body begins to change. You can fly. Your strength grows, but your hunger never ends. Final step. The first kill. Once you take a life, you lose your humanity. You become one of them forever. That's why Michael and Star are both in danger, but not lost yet. Now here's the part the movie never spelled out, but it changes everything. Max didn't just want Lucy. He wanted Michael and Sam too. His plan wasn't just to replace David. He wanted to turn the whole family. Think about it. What's scarier than a gang of vampires? A vampire family hiding behind a white picket fence. This was Max's challenge: how to blend vampires into the suburbs. He needed Michael to fully turn. He needed Lucy to be their mother. And once that was done, there's no telling how far the vampire web could have spread. Let's talk about the ending, because it ties the whole origin story together. The Lost Boys die one by one. Sunlight, holy water, stakes through the chest. But the real climax is when Max walks in, all smiles, and reveals the truth. Don't ever invite a vampire into your house. Everything that happened, all the terror, the manipulation, the near turning of Michael, was orchestrated by Max. He was the puppet master, and the Lost Boys were his tools. And if Grandpa hadn't shown up with that truck, Michael would have made his first kill. Lucy would have joined Max, and Santa Carla would have become a vampire town. The movie never tells us where Max came from. Was he hundreds of years old? Did he survive earlier vampire wars? Did he turn David to replace someone he lost? That mystery is intentional. Horror is scarier when it's incomplete. And the Lost Boys leaned into that darkness. What we do know is this: Max created David. David created the Lost Boys. And they lured others in with charisma, rebellion, and a taste of freedom. Santa Carla was never about vampires. It was about control, hidden beneath punk music, neon lights, and youthful rebellion. Let's break it down. Vampires in The Lost Boys are made through blood and manipulation, not just bites. Michael was only a half vampire because he hadn't killed yet. Max, the head vampire, was behind everything. The Lost Boys were pawns in a bigger plan to build a vampire family. The movie never shows where Max came from, making the horror feel ancient and hidden. And that, maybe, is the scariest part. Let me know in the comments if you would like me to unpack the origins of Max the Head, vampire in The Lost Boys. Subscribe for more horror content.